Now, anybody who's unfamiliar with the Black News Channel, let me bring you up to speed real quick because I was surprised. A lot of people was like, the Black News Channel shut down. Other people was like, we had a Black News Channel? I didn't know we had a Black News Channel. Ha-ha! First problem. Not a lot of people even knew this shit existed. That does not bode well. But okay, let's take a look at this in case you don't know. Let me bring you up to speed on this, fam. Black News Channel shuts down, Johnson. The channel, backed by Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shahid Khan, launched in 2020. Now, Black News Channel was a 24/7 national news network committed to covering Black and brown communities. The Black News Channel is a 24/7 national news network. I'm reading this from an article about the station that identifies the station. And it says the news network committed to covering Black and brown communities. How many people see the first problem with this? First problem, out the gate. Well, you call yourself the Black News Channel. And it says you're committed to covering Black and brown communities. Little messaging problem there. Once you call yourselves the BBNC, the Black and Brown News Channel. Because see, once again, somebody learned, come on now, come on. Let's stop there. Let me put my foot in the ground, man. Let me cross this over. Why are you calling yourself the Black News Channel, man, if you're covering brown people issues? And remember, brown people issues are a lot of different brown people. It's a lot of brown people. Y'all, see, when people, see these people, these liberals, man, and some of these progressives, they love to use this language because it feels right. People of color. Do you realize people of color is everybody on the planet except for white people? You know how many people that is? Let me put it this way. If you're going to have a cookout, if you said, hey, man, I'm inviting all the people of color, you better make sure you got a whole lot of food, Johnson, because that's a whole lot of people. But it just sounds right, Tim. It sounds right to say we want Black and brown people. You know who it don't sound so right to? Black people. Yeah, Black people are Black people. Black people, African Americans who grew up in America, who were, formerly enslaved, of the formerly enslaved, disenfranchised, who have a through line, from Busta Rhymes to Check the Rhyme with Q-Tip to, Thurgood Marshall to Clarence Thomas to O.J. Simpson to Bill Cosby to, Kelly Price to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? To Confunction to Isaac Hayes to Denzel Washington to Clayton Powell to MLK to Malcolm X. See all this? See this blackness? Black people. Black people. But when you say brown people, you're talking about a lot of people. Ricky Ricardo, the doctor guy that's, doing the doctoring, but he's really a comedian who was a doctor. That guy to a lot of people. The point is, a lot of people. A lot of people. And I know it sounds good to say that everybody has the same interest at heart, but what I'm saying is, when you state your claim, if you said, hey, this is a liberal network, this is a left-wing network, this is a conservative network, you wouldn't then say conservative and liberal, because you realize the interests of these people are specific to those people. So I got a problem just with the name, but I don't want to get too hung up on it. All I'm saying is, that's the first problem. Second thing, the Tallahassee-based company, News Network, reportedly failed to meet Payroll today. They failed to meet the payroll today, Johnson. First of all, that's bullshit because if you are, the owner is Mr. Khan. I don't have it right here, but his name is Khan. Khan is a billionaire. He owns the Jaguars. He has a whole lot of money. He only had 200 employees. I think if he wanted to, he could make the last payment. I don't want to be pocket watching or nothing, but if you're a billionaire, you could pay out a couple $100,000. You know what I'm saying? You could do that if you wanted to do that. Let's just say he decided not to pay him. Okay? Now, according to reports, they told their staffers yesterday that their paychecks will be delayed. And then he delayed them. He failed to be payroll today after telling staffers that their paychecks would be delayed. That's kind of weird. Did he say, hey, I ain't got y'all. I got you, but I don't got you right now. I got you, but I got you later. When you let people go, you should have their paychecks in hand. Shake hands, and in the hand you shake their hand to tell them have a good life, use your paychecks, and it's right there. Anyway, BNC reportedly has 230 staffers, and all of them will be out of work, likely by the end of the day. Not good, Johnson, not good. Okay, so let's just stop here. Let's stop here and let's say this, man. People losing their jobs is never a good thing. Not unless you want to lose your job. And if that's the case, you didn't lose your job, you quit your job. So any issues I have with Black News Channel, it's not directed to the people, and I think the people should get their paychecks. I support the workers, even though I know some of these workers they're good to go. Like Charles, I don't think Charles Blow, Mark Lamont Hill, Sharon Reed, three of the biggest names at this network, I don't think they have any problems. I don't want to, how can I say this? See, what you don't want to do is offend Black people about their money, okay? I'm not saying Mark Lamont Hill looking for a place to live. I'm saying if you owe that man, pay that man. Because what he has in the bank is none of my business or your business. You had an agreement to pay him, you should pay him. But my real concern are the people that are lower down the totem pole who may be living paycheck to paycheck. Because I don't think everybody is banking and rolling, okay? I don't think everybody is getting the same amount of money. So that's a point I want to make, okay? So one thing I don't appreciate are the people dancing for other people losing their jobs. You lost your job, you want nobody tap dancing about it. Yeah, all right. Half of you don't work for Black companies. Some about, it was a Black Black-owned organization anyway. Where you work at, Johnson? Where you work at? Because a lot of y'all don't want to do the shit I'm doing, which is work on your own and survive by your wits. So most of you do not work at Black-owned organizations yourselves. Okay? So let's keep it real. And people don't always get to choose who owns the company that they work for. And then that in charge of marketing. Right? Okay. For background on this, it was formed in 2019. Former U.S. Representative J.C. Watts out of Oklahoma served as a chairman, and Florida media executive Bob Brillante, the channel CEO who left only a couple months after the launch. I wonder what happened with that. There was a problem with the vision. Another red flag. People not seeing eye to eye off the break. You mean you a CEO, you come in the door, you help set up this company? Help create the structure? And only a couple of months after the launch, you say, I've seen enough. Let me cut my losses. I got other things to do. This ain't gonna work for me. No matter how it went, it seems disjointed. The channel debuted after Jacksonville's owner and billionaire businessman Shad Khan made a $50 million investment 3 years ago, making him the majority shareholder. So Shad Khan is not the sole owner, but he is the majority owner. Okay. Now here goes some other interesting tidbits about this. No, Chip, you can't just breeze past that. Shah Khan is, I don't know. This is his background. He's Indian. He's from India. I don't know his ethnicity. Okay. One of the concerns people have, or that one of the things that people have been saying, is black news channel owned by a non-black entity. And you think we'd be used to that by now, because most of our supposedly black-focused media is owned by people that aren't black. Most of it. Like 95% of it. Like the Oprah Network, BET. Like these, most of these entities are owned by someone other than black folks. But it's focused on black folks, meaning they're targeting black the black consumers. That's it. You know, so there you go. Does that have something to do with the focus of the channel? Does that have something to do with the channel not being successful? I really don't know, Johnson. But we're going to get to some numbers that are problematic, no matter what your demographic is, no matter who's owning it. They were set up to be successful. Let's make this clear. Very set up to be very successful. Listen to this. The Black News Channel reached over 52 million homes. 52 million homes, Johnson. We're talking Cox, Comcast, Xfinity, DirecTV, Charter, Spectrum, Dish, and Verizon Fios. So they're getting the access. People can see them. Like, dog, I know I'm upset all the time because I'm unable to reach anybody out there who has content, whether it was blogs or video or music, anything that you're promoting, any artist, any creator. You know how important it is to have your work in front of people, to get eyeballs on your work, to get viewers. That's the only way you can get in the game. You can't win if people don't get to see it. People don't get to experience it. You can have the dopest beats. You can have the best singing voice. You can have the best moves. You can put out great content. You can have a great storytelling ability. You can be funny as hell. I don't care what it is. But if you can't get stage time, if you can't get screen time, if you can't get your products in front of eyeballs, if you can't get your songs listened to, then it's like it doesn't matter. Because it's not getting exposure. That's not something the BNC could say was the problem. Because they were put on the shelf in front of 52 million U.S. homes. A month. And of that audience, the average audience for BNC was fewer than 10,000 viewers, according to Nielsen data. Folks, this is bad, Johnson. This is bad. 52 million. Now, I've had some videos that I've done that had a click-through rate of 10%. This has started off at 10%. If you got a 10% click-through rate of 52 million, 10% of 52 million is 5 million. That means their click-through rate, because click-through rate is based on impressions. So if you get 52 million impressions and you were able to get 10% click-through rate, which is good, very good. But let's say you don't do very good. Say you do half as good. 5%. 5% is still damn good. That's still 1 million, right? That's 1 million viewers. So what you're telling me is their click-through rate of people seeing that they're there and wanting to click on it was less than 1%. I mean, how else you get to 10,000, Johnson? I can't even. You crunch the numbers on that. 52 million viewers, potential, impressions. That's what they say here. All I know is what they say here. And of that, we're talking 10,000 viewers. You know something, guys? Let's not play around. Let's get to it. And look, when I heard about this, my gut instinct was I knew it. I saw it coming. I'm not surprised at all. I'm surprised they kept it up this long. Here's why. Uninteresting. And this is what I run into all the time, Johnson. See, you don't have to be Don Lemon. You don't have to be. And please don't be Tucker Carlson. You don't have to be any of these. You don't have to be Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid. You don't have to be Anderson Cooper, Morning Joe. But you have to be interesting. You have to be unique and distinctive and different in yourself. And you have to give people an alternative to whatever else is out there. Why not just go get the regular old shit if you're going to do the regular old shit? See this? See this? See this? This is different. This is Tim Black. Now, I had some people try to group me with other black people just because we black. I don't group all white people with all white people. But for some reason, people always say, well, we've got this person and, you and Ben Dixon and this person and that. Like, people whose ideologies are totally opposite. You and Marcus and you and this person. Like, we're not the same. But they'll group us because we black. That's what they do. No connection whatsoever. There have been hardcore Trumpers I've been grouped with, or Trump-friendly people, or conspirators, or whatever you want to call them. Just people that don't even believe in voting, or people that don't believe. Just group me with them because my skin tone. We are totally different. People that group me with people that don't even put themselves on camera because they can tell their voice is black. It's crazy. People that don't go to conventions, don't go to phone drives, don't just participate in politics, don't canvass, have never canvassed, have never been on the street interviewing people, have never done anything related to politics other than sit on YouTube and say stuff. They never done any interview, haven't interviewed a single person, and haven't been on the road a single time to follow a single thing regarding to politics ever. And somehow they go, it's in black and this person, that person. But one thing's for certain, I'm not like them when it comes to how I do what I do, because what I do is different. And that's what I'm saying. BNC, Black News Channel, as much as I like Mark Lamont Hill, as much as I like Sharon Reed, as much as I like Charles Blow, as much as I like those three main people, one different enough for me, dog. You know what would have won? And I'm not even saying, look, I'm not trying to be an ass, okay? I'm really not. But this is what would have won. You're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it. Mr. Khan would have made money if he would have had Dr. Umar Johnson. I said it. Tariq Nasheed, I said it. Teslin Figaro, I said it. Tim Black, I said it. I'm putting myself in that. All I'm saying is these people are different. That's all I'm saying. You want different. A different audience would have been pulled. I agree. A different audience would have been pulled. But you know what? You want a different audience. People are going to remember those people. Those people I just listed. You know them. If you know them, you know how different they are. It's not about ideology. It's not about ideology. It is about The difference is they stand out. They're themselves. They're unique. You ain't gonna get them confused. You ain't gonna just be like, this person's like this person's like this person. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna sing, you're gonna sound like MSNBC or sound like CNN or sound like TYT or sound like something else that's out there, then why do people need to tune into that? That's all I'm saying. That's my perspective. I could be wrong because I don't know how this shit runs. I know what I do, how I do what I do. But I know I don't try to be like anyone else. I don't look to see what other people are doing. I don't care. In fact, I purposely don't even want to listen to other people. Because it gets into your psyche. I don't want to be like anyone else except myself. But how can you compete against the big boys if you sound like you're trying to be the big boys? So that's the thing. Because I know a lot of people want to chalk this up to, oh, it's black, so black people don't care, so black people don't watch. You have to give them a reason to. And if you're going to call yourself the Black News Channel, it has to speak to black people. You cannot be schizophrenic on this shit. You got to speak directly to the issues. You can't hedge. You can't just speak to Democratic issues. You got to speak to black people issues. And believe me, Johnson, a lot of times those things are in conflict. Black people vote Democratic because they feel like they have to. Because the world has been sold, America has sold black people on the fact, or on the belief that Republicans are the racist party. So that is stuck. But your viewers are not just voters. There are people that are watched who don't vote. And they want black politics, they want black news. That's black stuff. That's black stuff. Burn It Down with Kim Brown is another one. She's different. I don't listen to these people often, but I've heard them and I know that they are different. They're different in their styles and in their deliveries and who they are. Their brands are different. They have distinctive brands that are different. That's all I'm saying. So that I don't want to take this too much further. Also, this guy, J.C. Watts, he was a former representative, right? Out of Oklahoma. He wanted to give Larry Elder a show. There was a big beef about that, right? So that's part of it. He wanted to take it into another conservative news direction. Because he was looking at the money probably. And that's where a lot of money is, by the way. And look, from a business perspective, it's money on the right. Just look around you. Everybody on the so-called left or in progressive areas are all struggling to get viewers. Mostly. Ah, man, 100,000 views. Come on, Johnson. It's not a lot of views. You go look on the right, it could be a guy who doesn't even know what he's talking about, who has no skin in the game, has no time in, and he's pulling in 100, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 views on videos about nothing, about QAnon. So that's probably what J.C. Watts was thinking. Also, there was a lawsuit. You guys heard about this? So the morale in the office couldn't be great. If you got women suing the company saying that they were underpaid compared to their male counterparts. Not very progressive. So anyway, look, I'm not here like it's hindsight's always 20/20. Everybody has an opinion, and I didn't work there, so this is just my opinion. I'm just shooting it. I'm just telling you what I think. But Charles Blow is a columnist at New York Times. Everyone knows Charles Blow. I bet you Charles Blow's sitting around. I wouldn't even put Charles Blow in that system. I put Charles Blow with a bag. I Shannon Sharp Charles Blow. Let's Shannon Sharp him. Let's give him a bottle of good cognac on the table. Him sitting back chilling. He's sitting back a chill brother. I brand him up. Give him this brand. Let's rebrand him. Take him out of the office. Have him have conversations with people he's known for the last 30 years. Charles Blow been doing the thing for 30 years. Why did you do that show? Huh? The blow up with Charles Blow. And he talk about an issue and they get into it and then he gets pissed off. You know, Charles get pissed off now and Charles blows up. I don't know, but it's different. It's a lot different than listening to Rachel Maddow go on and on about Trump's tax returns. I don't know. I mean, we got a show like 85 South killing it with a couple guys sitting in the living room, talking shit about stuff, just random stuff. Joe Budden podcast blowing up. Couple guys, three guys just sitting there talking. The Susan Miro sitting there just talking. This is blowing up. Why you gotta do all this newsy? Oh, the news. I'm a news guy and I'm gonna. I gave up on that shit a long time ago, man. That's not who I am. So, these are just my thoughts. I should shut up because they probably are useful. But I'm just saying, it's like, no, where's the creativity? Why do you have to do the boilerplate shit that everyone else is already doing? You're just competing against yourself and everyone else. It's you compete against everyone else, but when you do your own thing, you compete against yourself. And they're reaching houses, 50 million people. If you go in front of 50 million people, you can't get more than, I don't know, a million of them to roll with you, something wrong with your product. All right. You can't get 1 out of 50 people to go, okay. It's free. It's to watch you.
Baby, yeah,